Testing, testing. All right, so real quick, let me put it out there. Computer is, well, I don't know, since this morning, it's acting a little funky. But okay, at least the audio's working. I did feel compelled to do a little check in, and yeah, let's talk about day nine, at least where I'm at thus far. And I just did want to say, hello, Shabbat Shalom. Saffron, it is awesome to see you, my friend. Right now, I'm running a bunch of scans in the background because I can't quite understand some of the technical issues that I'm having. Hello, Sean, the formal Sean. Hey, Jessica. It is amazing to see you, my friend Joker. Shamrock, Shanrock. I think that's the first time after all this time that I recognize that those are two distinctly different names. All this time, here I was thinking it was Shamrock, Shamrock. I have learned something today, and I am thankful. All right, so hey Dusty, what's up? Hey, thank you for everything. To those of you that have been trying to stay in contact, stay in touch as I've been going through all this. Yeah, no, Jess, everything has been getting better. Things are different. I cannot deny that. All right off the bat. What's up, Fraud Squad? Off the sauce. Tumult. Um, I I gotta sober eyes realize I like that quite a bit because I am really. It's not really like sensory overload. It's not overstimulation, but there's a lot going on, up here, and it's not as out of control or chaotic as I thought. And let me be the first to let y'all know if you're sending emails. Hey, Queen, I had a my intention is to do like a 10-minute, but we all know that it takes me about maybe typically 12 hours to say goodbye. But all right. So I'm noticing this thus far. Oh, and about the emails. I don't know why, like me jumping on today, I wasn't sure that I wanted to even do it, but I had to do it. There's certain things that just have to be done, and that live was a part of it, just a part of it. And it's not. This is not a continuation. Hey, D Libby, thank you for the and badass bandit. What's up? Right back at you. See, guys, this is why I did it. This is why I came back because y'all just have been really helping me get through just everything and staying strong, staying off the sauce, not having any alcohol in the vicinity. It certainly helps somebody that's trying to abstain to do just that. There's no use in like I could work at the place with booze everywhere, but being at home, not ready for that. Not at all. What's up, Jack? Lilith? I'm so glad to see you. All right. So, one thing I'm noticing, what's up, anonymous student? Thank you, brother. And thank you for you tagged me in something very, very interesting. And that's something I actually really, really want to talk about. Oh man. See now the whole cycle of my thoughts, my stream of consciousness, it's happening so rapidly. So every time that just a smidgen of an idea is flashed at me, suddenly like the stream of consciousness goes in that specific direction. So briefly, and he might be watching, one of my customers came in today, and if he sees this, if you see this, and then I see you again, nothing but love, my man. He came in really bold, um, talking about Kanye West. Now, oh boy. All right. Now, I'm going to try to tiptoe around this topic. All right. Kanye West definitely is saying, has said a lot of stuff. I'm a little confused about like one statement, but I don't want to do what the media does, and I'm not going to make this the Kanye West hour. I promise. Like the whole part where, well, first off, okay, this I said to somebody who was really overtly familiar, like coming at me with some I don't know, like low tone anti-Semitism, even though he would say that he wasn't. A good dude. He's a longtime customer, and I consider him to be a friend. And he was telling me that there was a distinct difference between him being Jamaican Indian versus African American, that there was a distinct difference. And he makes that distinction because he is not of the people that were brought over on slave ships. So, and he was, I guess he was trying to make parables, comparisons to what the Jews went through in the Holocaust, and he was like he really just came out swinging, man. If you're watching this, man, because I know you're subscribed, we are definitely gonna have a continuation conversation. He said he's gonna come in next time and pick up where he left off and have his facts together and stuff. Because we started talking about, oh, here we go. It's gonna go in this direction. All right, I'm gonna try to be brief so I can steer away because this is just a rabbit hole. So, okay, when you get the generic statement of hey, he was telling me, he was sharing with me his experience of being in Hollywood, and how in Hollywood it is a well-known thing. Oh, YouTube, don't strike me down. Remember, Star David here. I am not technically Jewish, but I am of the heritage, father's side. My mother is not of the blood, blah blah blah. He's telling me that in Hollywood, he was at many studios and he was name dropping some of the studios, and he's like, it's a well known thing that the Jews control everything. So I started asking for some specifics. All right, I'm a curious guy. I like the substantiation. I like the concrete information. Like the last thing I want to hear when somebody makes some statements is, just do the research, bro. No, if you're gonna come to me and you're going to offer a bunch of what you consider to be talking points or factoids, and you're trying to explain to me your opinions on Kanye West, whatever they may be. So whatever's going on in that chat right now, I am not engaging, not taking the bait, not yet. This will be a thing. I've actually invited him to speak. He has some legal things going on, so I don't know how comfortable he'll be, but we'll see. But okay, here's what I got. Rockefellers, Bilderbergs, the Van, what is it? The Van Burens, Van Patens. I'm sorry, I can't. The Walton family, the freaking Clintons. Okay, so if I were to ask, what's the number one go-to name when you ask about a Jewish individual that's in power? Now, is it? Let's see. Are we all thinking the same name? Soros. Yeah, I know. I'm being care. This is me being careful. George Soros, right? Is that that's one of the names that is synonymously known with having the Jews. And hey, YouTube, okay, look, I'm gonna play the card all the way to the bank here. All right, I'm speaking as being one of, I'm not the tribe. I'm not accepted into the tribe because my mother was not Jewish and I was baptized Catholic. Okay, L'chaim. Um, but yeah, I know like the usual one percenter names, right? Rothschilds, Rockefeller, blah blah blah. So I'm asking this gentleman, what Jewish names of power can you tell me? And I get nothing in return. So I would love to ask anybody, tell me. I want to do the research. I want to do the research, but I want to take whatever can be offered by anybody that is already invested in this topic. I'm clearly interested. I'm biasedly interested in this topic. And I always make the joke. I always make the joke, and I'm not, there's no exception. Where is my royalties? Okay. If I have stake in owning the media and the news and have all this control, I have yet to receive my check. Just saying. Or the gold. Or the gold, yes. So I mean, look, I know from my personal standpoint, I can only offer that some of it's a joke to me, but I know some people take it very seriously. And when I think back to like old Hollywood, like believe it or not, Kurt Russell, and is it Kurt Russell, the guy that played Spartacus? No, Douglas, Michael Douglas, and his Kurt Douglas. They changed their names. A lot of old Hollywood changed their names after the war because they did not want to be associated with being Jewish. And I'm trying to remember if the Douglas family, some of the wealthiest Hollywood families, from old Hollywood to present Hollywood, come from that stock. And I'm just trying to remember, which ones I actually know. But I ask open dialogue. You want to be private and discuss this within an email? Offer me links. Hell, send me BitChute links, Rumble links, anything. I will, with a very open mind, listen and watch information regarding this topic. And the Kanye West thing. Here's what I had to say, and this I'll keep brief. I know some of the things he said were controversial, shocking, or whatever. Am not a fan of, like, Jon Stewart said it pretty well on Colbert. I love Jon Stewart. Colbert, I loved as the Colbert Report. I don't like, I guess, Colbert for who he really is. I'm not as much as a fan. I liked when he was playing the character. It was more endearing. But Jon Stewart said something that I very much agree with, which is I cannot, in good conscience, agree with. Oh, hello, Don. Hashtag find Jamie Valdez. That's something we're going to be revisiting, by the way. All right, since I'm back in Adam. All right, my a new clear mind. So, okay, come on. Where was it? Kanye West. All right. So Jon Stewart was talking about how pretty much he, and I'm going to say we, okay, we both agree that it is no way to deal with these controversial issues. If we're going to have a dialogue about anti-Semitism or the Jewish people, having these do I call them stereotypes, or the belief that there is some nefarious Kabbalistic control of Jewish groups and whatnot. We can't be removing, which is what's happening with Alex Jones and the Kanye West interview. They're removing the interview completely. They're trying to strip it away, and they're going to throw the red stamp of this is all hate speech. We cannot have it accessible to the public for consumption, which is not only an absolutely uh, slap in the face, it is an intellectual, whoever you are, thank you. I'm holding up well. It's insulting the intelligence of the people, and the more that you try to silence anything, it will add to these concepts and ideas that people have. I wish the communities or the arbiters that decide what is allowed to be public would think about the damage it does to the art of dialogue and civil discourse when you start to take everything down and hide it like it never happened or like it wasn't said. That's not dealing with an actual problem. That's not problem solving. That's not having a discussion. And if anything, it will add to the fuel of the fire that has people thinking that these things exist. And I'm not saying that there is no elements that these things don't. I'm not that naive. I'm not well polished enough on this topic. But you cannot go taking down live discussions where people say things and hide it and sweep it under the rug and demand that every social media platform takes it down, or else. That is not America. That is not the freaking US of A. I can't agree. I I know Kanye West said the things he did. Like he has love for Hitler. But if you leave it as just a soundbite, then it appears just as what it is, which is people, and this is everybody that's culpable. The mainstream media, it's not just Jewish people, okay? They're all relying on that soundbite to be the only thing so we can hide the context and make it look even worse than it really is, no matter how ridiculous or whatever was all said was there. It was there and it is still there. And to pretend that people didn't freaking download it and they're doing reacts. And guess what? You know what? Fun fact. Let me plug Stuck in the Middle. Okay. What's up, Shade? I'm glad to see you, brother. I miss you guys, and I'm sorry I've kind of disconnected for a while. I'm coming back slowly but surely. Give me a while. The sobriety is catching up with me. 9 days in. Um, we can't. It's not going to help the cause. It's going to fuel the discontent and the paranoia and the anger and the distrust. if we continue to act like these conversations aren't happening. And I am plugging Stuck in the Middle, youtube.com/, Stuck in the Middle, the show I did for 3 years with my brother Josh. The clips that they did covering Kanye West's interview with Alex Jones, guess what? The clips where they made the shorts from their show are getting more views than ever, and I'm very proud to hear Stuck in the Middle is getting some attention. That's going always going to be like our baby right there. So look what silencing something does. It creates the polar opposite of desired effect. So the powers that be, I'm really trying to think my best. Are they aware of this, how this always works out? Okay, if you try to hide something, what is our, human nature response? We want to find whatever is hidden. So if their intention is to make it go away, the opposite is going to occur. The interest is going to build. People are going to be even more interested and want to know and dig and discover. And since you're silencing actual discussion, they're going to believe the most asinine things because you're silencing the right to just talk about things. It's un-American. It's a disgusting power move, and I don't know, the mainstream, which is, I understand right now, to Elon Musk's credit, I guess people assume because I'm somewhat of a progressive. I don't know where I stand anymore as a progressive. I think a lot of my progressive values have to take a back seat because our country is such dire straits right now. But they always seem to think I should hate Elon Musk. I don't. I don't. I'm not sorry. I do not hate Elon Musk, and I see because of CanCon, um, you know, showing me how the mainstream played us, we the people, on the data point, saying Twitter is going through an all-time high of hate mongering because the N word is being used and all. They did not factor in that legit, as stupid and ignorant as it sounds, there were people that just typed it with no context or hate. And I know this sounds stupid. Don't cancel me. I'm just saying some people were just legit like, can I get away with this? Type. We can't pretend like these things aren't happening. We're doing a disservice to one another when we play that game. Or you know what? It ain't us. It ain't we the people. It's the powers that be trying to police what can and cannot be said. The internet is the last final frontier. It's the Wild West. And this is how it rocks, man. People are going to push the envelope. It's in our nature to do that. So they tried to sell this narrative that hate has taken an all-time high on Twitter because Elon Musk has taken control. No, man, he's just, eased up on the restrictions. That's really it. And when CanCon showed me the actual data, um the statistics of the real hate being spewed, it was going into single digits. Single digits. And what was it that CNN had said, or MSNBC? The hate and the N-word has gone up 800%. Oh, and now anti-Semitism, 800%. Is that a thing, by the way? I mean, I'm not a math guy. Can't pretend. Not a math guy. But yeah, Elon Musk, to me, I don't know. I'm not his biggest fan, but I don't hate the dude, and I think he's accomplished a lot, and he's somewhat on the spectrum. Whatever the kid, dude's a genius, and I'm not gonna like look down on his accomplishments because of any one or two few things. I don't know. I don't like groupthink, hive thinking. When a group of people all start thinking the same way too easily, that is an absolute sign of being manipulated and liking it, which is an amazing employed tactic by the mainstream and the powers that be, is that they manipulate us, and we've learned to say thank you for being manipulated. What an amazing thing. Just like the lockdowns, they took our freedoms away and then they gave our freedoms back, and we said thank you. Thank you for giving us the things that we've always had back. This is the backwards ass structure that has been thriving. and it's a brilliant. It's like freaking Mockingbird to me, almost like MK Ultra Mockingbird. Blue Falcon is the code that CanCon and I gave this current day Mockingbird, which the CIA has never publicly stated. They said they shut it down, but come on now, you don't play with that kind of fire and then just douse it. You don't just call me crazy. Or was it, did they never publicly stated that they canceled Mockingbird? They publicly stated that they canceled MK Ultra, but did they? So yeah, I'm just gonna be on the side of don't tell people what they can and can't say. I understand that there's the no goes, and there's optics and social media companies. Any private company, they can own whatever look. And if you think toting the line of the mainstream status quo is the look you want to be because you think it's for the greater good, I think that's more of a cop out. That's more of tucking your balls between your legs and clucking. That's not representing what you are supposed to be about, which is advocating and promoting free speech, dialogue, and having the hard discussions. We don't see that anymore on the mainstream, which is why this wild frontier of the internet is still what it is, and we still have some pockets. YouTube has it right now, and it's improving, and they're learning, and the people that learn how to play YouTube and use the code words and start using the shorts, watch out everybody. I'm telling you, it's a thing, because I've been talking to other content creators. You're going to see a huge upheaval of shorts, and this is just something I don't feel personally myself. I don't feel right about just doing a bunch of shorts and monetizing them. I believe in having a full live and actual somewhat communication and discourse with people. I think shorts are a little cheap, but it's the bread and butter of a lot of people. So I'm not trying to crap all over how some people roll. Okay, but I think it's a way to avoid substantial conversation and maximizing the profit. So, but I get it when you have your full conversations and you want to clip some parts out that are really good. I'm all for it. You being used in that way, so you're intrigued to look more, to build your audience, and to get more. I mean, frankly, I think it's something I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to start clipping these little live streams and putting them out there as shorts so that it's suggested, and hopefully somebody is enticed to want to continue the discussion over here on this Progressive Patriot channel. So yeah, I guess that's kind of my opinion in general about this whole thing. And I want to see the full frickin' unedited video, which I know I can find, and I gotta hear everything that Kanye West said. The things that I heard that I was allowed to hear, which completely deflates me feeling like I'm being told the truth about what was said. It's see already it's working in either the way that they want it to, or they're that stupid and it's having the opposite effect. Because now I'm so hungry for the truth that I want to see everything for myself, hear it for myself, and make my own judgments, form my own opinions. Because it's insulting that they think we wouldn't want to do that. And of course, now because of my nature, because of human nature, we're gonna seek it out when we're told not to push that button. Don't do that thing. When you're told not to do something as a rebellious teenager, what do? You do the thing. So we're not all different in any shape or form in this regard. Unless, there are, I cannot deny, some of these people are my friends. I hate using some of these terms. I don't want to ever get too political again, but if it's where my heart goes, it's where my heart goes. If it's how I think, I cannot falsely represent myself. There are my friends that love MSNBC and Rachel Maddow and CNN that believe it is an American service to silence these conversations, which to me is just mind boggling that anybody would celebrate silencing free speech, like at this level. At this level, it's nothing to celebrate. So, okay, I came here originally to explain some of the, and again, D Libby, that comment that that you provided. And I have to now, because of you and a lot of you, I have to check my emails. Probably not tonight because it's going to be a long endeavor. But learning about you and your son, and knowing that sharing my experiences has some sort of impact, it's really exactly what I needed to hear to get the vigor and just keep on. I'm just going to keep on. I'm going to keep on getting in the trenches, getting dirty, and talking about what has to be shared and spoken, and it helps people feel, or feel inspired to talk about their own experiences, their own demons, and what I feel I've gone through. As I notice, I'm talking to some people that I used to talk to when I was drinking. When I was drinking, either on a nightly basis, or even after I was drinking, or while I was drinking, I was quicker to, I guess, speak certain jokes and have certain humor. And I'm realizing that I was masking and I was numbing myself with the alcohol and the humor and the constant barrage of jokes. I I think that was me hiding. That was me hiding from having a real connection and a real conversation. It was much easier to play the fool. It's easier to be the fool. It's not easy to find the connections that we all have, and to have the conversations, to have actual substantial conversation is not easier than being the clown. It's much easier to play the clown, be the clown. Now, since the alcohol is gone out of my system and all I got is a bunch of clarity, and I've been watching a lot of BoJack Horseman. And if any of you are aware of what that body of work is on Netflix, then you know, okay, that stuff hits. Oh, I call it. I've called it today at work. Oh man, that show, it kicks me right in the soul balls. That's not a thing. The soul groin, because I don't know how else to really say it. It shows very imperfect, humanly flawed characters doing piece of shit, decisions, and trying to make up for it, and then it ends up becoming something worse, and it's just so perfectly human. And I've been really vibing with it for the past 2 days. I kind of binged out on freaking BoJack, of all things. So a huge shout out and recommendation. I also went on a very cheap movie buying spree. Some of them like must owns. And I'm recognizing I'm falling into this pattern. The only physical thing that I ever really own these days is my freaking comic books, which I stopped buying like at least 4 months ago. And like I don't any longer rely on owning a physical copy of things. Everything now, and I think a lot of us are falling for this. We're relying on owning the idea of something. We're no longer relying on having the tangible physical thing of value, and it's not a good trend. I'm concerned about this trend. It reminds me of the economy. It reminds me of how our money is in this country. It's more like the idea of value, like digital currency. I still can't wrap my head around it. I know there are brighter people that can explain it to me, but me, I'm just a simple fella, and I don't understand, and I'm not a fan of recognizing that we're all just kind of going along with no longer physically owning things. And it's a trend. And I look at it and I start connecting dots where maybe they are, maybe they aren't. And I see just where it's going. And it's like conditioning us to be accustomed to owning something. Like if you just download a bunch of the stuff, isn't it easier to take it all away? Is that not like a possibility? If somebody somewhere that owns, I don't know, the rights, even though I have purchased these things, for example, Kevin Smith has a couple of movies, right? And because of some legal hangups, Harvey Weinstein, and I don't know, between MGM, blah, 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 he's got two movies. One is called Red State, which is one of my favorite movies. I used to rent it all the time on demand on cable when I had it. And Dogma, fantastic movie about religion. Oh God, yeah, that's okay. Pay no mind. Everybody's welcome. I'm glad that you subscribed though. That's cool. Um, it's just so now they took away. You can't find Red state or dogma, it's gone. I used to own the physical copies and now I don't. I've lost them. And because of whatever legal issues that Kevin Smith had to go through, if you had owned it digitally, they took it away from you and it's gone. So that's just one example. If you happen to have Red State or Dogma, you're lucky because now the powers that be, the arbiters of control, were able to take the value of something that we thought we owned away. And thank you, by the way, Lilith. You're a champ. It's unfortunate. I wish the individual in question would have a normal conversation, but they have reverted to nonsense. Nonsense. You got mad because you misinterpreted a comment about me saying a lemon. You thought I called you a lemon and you went down the rabbit hole. Sorry, kiddo. I got no love for you. But I'm always receptive if you want to just have a regular conversation. Unless lemons, hey, you know what? Be the lemonade. Be one with the lemonade, okay? Coming over here with the nonsense. So, okay. And all right, so I covered day 9 of sobriety. I've covered Kanye West. I've covered the frail illusion delusion of ownership that we're all being conditioned to go along with. And I've been able to check in with you all. I do apologize though that I have not been so like engaged in the chat. So let me see what we got here. Thank you. I love the lemon emojis, by the way. Just saying. I love me some lemonade, fish heads and lemonade. Dusty gets the fish head. Little jargon there. Let me get to that. Jessica, it's just a part of the internet. It's a good example to utilize right now. The internet, I truly believe, was an instrument that was made to bring us together initially, and then I guess the mainstream, the powers that be, whatever, what have you, decided that it works so much better as a tool that to divide us and then conquer us and control the narrative. Like for example, people like the lemon there will go to the echo chambers and hear everything from everybody else but not from me, and I'm an open book. I'll tell you whatever you want to hear, but you come in here chomping off with the nonsense, and it's ultimately it's a completely flawed system. You're already divided, you're already conquered. And if you ever really want a substantial conversation, though, I'm down with that. But if you want to be a child, I ain't got no time for it. So, anyway, yeah, probably anonymous, dude. Actually, I guarantee it because y'all hang out in the same spots. So, oh yeah, chin is definitely up, and thank you for that. Guy tone girl, thank you. I'm trying. I'm just it's the human way, it's the human condition. We can all just strive and try to be better than we once were. And what I'm trying to do with all this clarity is learn more and yeah, and be a better me and try to be a better me for this community that I still believe in. I had to take my little hiatus. I had to have my little sabbatical. The funeral shook me up. Losing Sean shook me up. Learning that I missed out. Like I didn't even realize how sick he was because I was so involved and it's hyper focused on YouTube. Like I stopped looking at my other social media, everything, and and I had to learn that he passed away like around the time of Thanksgiving. I had no idea. I had no idea. But all right, I have beat myself up about that long enough. So thank you, um, Queen. I still did not have the dinner. Don't be mad. I'm gonna rectify that now. Thank you all for sticking around and just believing in what I would like to achieve. And I really want to, I'm going to reach out to Sean of the Valdez family. June told me that she's hurting, and I'm excited because a FOIA request has been completed and they're probably overwhelmed with data in that botched ass investigation. That's probably where they're at. And I've continued to offer whatever it is that we can do, whatever I can do. So please remember, hashtag find Jamie Valdez. I really please Don, let me know if there's anything that I've missed that I need to know. And that's still like a top priority for this community. And I'm looking forward to like a real true blue panel that is actually focused on mental health and specifically bipolar. And there's somebody that I'm talking to somebody who it's a very sensitive thing and issue and topic, and it's a family affair or ordeal. So I just need to have a conversation with the family and the people involved before we move forward and have the conversations that we are looking forward to for all of us. And it's gonna be way more regulated in terms of mental health and staying on the issues than I love when we have fun, but there's a time to have fun and relax for the sake of mental health. And then there's when we have to have more poignant, on the nose conversations about specific aspects of bipolar recovery addiction. And by the way, Lemon, let me know if ever you can. What was I lying about? Please do let me know. And that's the last I'm going to address you. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go. I rented that movie where Nicolas Cage plays himself. I think it's called the burden of being over talented or something. I don't know. Let me see. Let me hit the play button on this son bitch right quick. And then I gotta get foods, man. What's gonna be my meal today? Spaghettios out of a can. Maybe some. Maybe I'll actually heat up some food like a non-Neanderthal civilized human being. Oh man. All right, my TV timed out. So this wasn't 10 minutes. No, this was 36, 37 minutes. All right, guys. Much love. Let's go down the line. Hey, there we go. It's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Oh, I love that title. Shade Darker, Dawn Shell, Lilith Morningstar, Anoji, D. Libby, Dusty, Jessica, Seafowls, and Sunflower. I love y'all. Thank you. Don, hashtag find Jamie Valdez. Never forget it. Hashtag that son bitch everywhere. Okay. I'm gonna get back on Twitter as much as I hate it. And I'm gonna keep typing that hashtag at every opportunity. Saffron, good night. Everybody, good night. Y'all keep me going. Thank you for inspiring me. Much love and good night.